All right, hello everyone. Hope you're doing good. Due to some comments on my last video about Red Core Linux, I decided I would try and reformat my partitions on my hard drive and see if I can make things a little more efficient. But before I did that, I thought I'd try a special experiment. Now what you're looking at, this is a release that I did last year, 2019, called Deboot Beowulf. And what it was, long before Beowulf was actually released by Devuan, I thought I would jump the gun and make it possible for people to install Devuan Beowulf before it was actually released. And it does it through Debootstrap. So I thought I would try this little experiment and see if I could install Devuan Ceres. Devuan Ceres is the unstable branch of Devuan. If you want a rolling release, a true rolling release based on a Debian type system, then you're looking at either Debian Sid or, in this case, Devuan Ceres, baby. And it's a very base system. What it is, it's a live CD that's it's not meant to be installed itself. What it is, it walks you through a Debootstrap. Now, out of the box, it walks you through a Debootstrap of Devuan Beowulf. Beowulf has been released. You don't need this anymore. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to trick it and try and install Devuan Ceres instead and have a rolling release. Now, what you get is a very base, this is just a very base system. This is the menu you get. Oh dear, look at that. There's not much to it. Here's some applications. Now I did install, let's see, what did I install? I installed GUVC View so I could do this video. I installed Pulse Audio Volume Control to do this video, just so I could have a little more. Normally I don't use Pulse Audio, I use ALSA, but just for this I thought I'd install Pulse Audio. I installed Simple Screen Recorder and VLC. I did a couple of test videos to make sure everything was working good, and it is, so here we go. Other than that, you get the file manager and LX terminal, and you do get this. Now, some of this is brought in automatically by installing OpenBox. What this is an OpenBox system live CD, and it's only meant to allow you to have an easy way to install Devuan Beowulf through Debootstrap. But what we're going to do, we're going to install Devuan Ceres through Debootstrap. Oh yeah, and have a rolling release, baby. So let's get into it. Now, I have already partitioned my hard drive. Let me go ahead and open the Debootstrap instructions and let me get them set up. Now, you're actually greeted when I had it set up when you opened, or when the ISO booted, it would open up a little welcome screen, which was actually just a text editor with some information. I closed that out. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to undecorate this so I'll have a little more room. Alt plus your left mouse key will move things around like this. since we don't have a window title bar anymore. And let me open up the terminal. Let's see, I don't know. Let me see if this will work. Okay. Oh dear, okay. Let me, what I will do, let me do it this way. I will try to cover as much property here as I can. Let me put me back up there, because I know you want to look at me. Who wouldn't want to look at this beautiful face? All right, here we go. Enough fooling around. Now what I'm going to do this, but I will do some creative editing in the final video, because this will take a while. If you've never done a Debootstrap, you'll know it takes a while. It actually, doing a Debootstrap, if you're familiar with doing a Debian install or a Devuan install, which uses the Debian installer, it takes roughly about the same amount of time. But I will do some creative editing, and hopefully when you see the final video it won't be quite as long. It's still going to be a long video. Alright, here we go. Now I'm not going to look at all this. I've already done the partitioning. LSPCI, I don't need to run that. What that does is show you what your wireless firmware is. I know that I use Realtek. Blah blah blah. Alright, here we go. Enter Sue. Oh dear, okay, this isn't going to work. So let me just go ahead and close out my beautiful face, and I will increase the size of the terminal. Sorry about that. I will see you guys later. Alright, SU to become root, and the password is Mio. Alright, now I've already made my partitions. My partitions are SDA1, which is just one large partition. I didn't make a separate home partition. SDA1 will be my root partition, and SDA2 will be my swap. So let me go ahead, I'll just copy this. And then I will sync it, SYNC, and then swap on dev SDA2. Alright, my swap is now on. I didn't copy that and paste it, I just typed it in there. Now we want to mount the root partition, which in my case is SDA1. I did this when I first released this. I made a video about it and showed how it works, and my friend Esnix, he made a comment, did you just install Devuan the Archway? And that's basically what you're doing here. Okay, I did not create a home partition, so I don't need to do that. I don't need to mount the home partition. And now we will begin the bootstrap. Now the difference here is I'm going to change this to Ceres. And we will let this get going. And what I'm going to do, this takes several minutes, and once everything gets started, I'm going to pause the video and I will come back when it's finished. Okay? Alright, I will be back in just a moment. For you guys, it will be several minutes for me. Alright, we're back, and as you can see, hopefully you can see that the base system was installed successfully. Hooray! Alright, now we're going to mount and bind host directories and enter the chi root. So I'm just going to copy and paste these. And hit enter after each one has been pasted into the terminal. Alright, whoops. Alright, we've done that. Now we need to run this command, blkid, to create an fstab. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to run that command, blkid, and here are the UUIDs. As you see, I only have two. SDA1 is ext4, and SDA2 is my swap. So let's go down here to the instructions. I did not create, if you can see that right there, I did not create a home partition, so I'm just going to get rid of that right here. And according to the instructions that I give in this, all you need to do is copy the UUID right here for both of these, but only what's within the quotation marks. So let me copy what's within the quotation marks for the root partition, and I will paste it in here. And now for the swap partition, and I will paste it in here. Okay, and now we need to run this command, nano /etc fstab, and we can get rid of this first line. We don't need this unconfigured fstab for base system. Control K will delete that, and we just need to copy what we just did into this fstab file. So I'm going to highlight everything I just changed, copy it, and paste it in here. Control X, Y to save it, and enter. And we just created our fstab file. Edit the sources list. Now this is Ceres, so we should only have one line in our sources list. And that's exactly what we have here. However, I want to, for me, you don't have to do this. I'm going to add, contrib and non-free. If you want to keep this completely, what's the word? I can't think of the word. If you don't want any non-free software on your system, then don't add those two items that I just did. Just keep it there at main. Alright, Control X, Y to save it, and enter. And now, since we did change it, it's not going to make a difference but I'm going to go ahead and run an apt update. Actually, you do need to run that because it's something that I'm going to pull in from a non-free repo. Okay, now we're going to configure the keyboard, locales, and TZ data. So we need to run this. And I don't remember, seems like this takes just a little bit. We'll see how it goes. $33.8 megabytes of additional disk space. Alright, I'll go ahead and let that run. Hopefully it won't take too long and I won't pause the video. After this finishes, then we'll configure our locales, or locale, our TZ data. Alright. Now this has always done this, when you run this command, it gives this basic keyboard configuration. I just go ahead, English US is what I want, and guess optimal character set. I just go with what it says because we're going to actually, down here in the third step, we're going to do an actual keyboard configuration. Alright, that is almost finished. Now the next thing we're going to do is reconfigure our locale. And I will go over how, if you're not familiar with using Ncurses Windows, I'll give some quick basics. Alright, that's finished. Now after we do this, we will have a rolling release of Devuan Ceres, which doesn't use systemd, if that interests you. Alright, if you want to read this screen right here, you can. Just hit OK. Now the way you need to find your locale and use your arrow keys. I'm using my up and down arrow keys. If you can see that red rectangle moving up and down. And normally what you want to do, I know mine is US, so I'm going to go English US, English EN for English, US, and what you want to do is find the one that has UTF-8. Alright, so that's the one I want. The red rectangle is right there on it, so to mark that we use the space bar. And if you just saw that, it put a little asterisk right there. And then hit the tab, use your tab key, go down to OK and hit enter. That's what we want, or that's what I want. And now I will use the arrow key. This is what I want for my default locale for the system, English US UTF-8. And just hit enter. You don't have to go down to OK. And now it's setting it up. It says this might take a while. It doesn't really take too long. Next thing we're going to do is our TZ data. I will go ahead, highlight that, copy it, and there we go, and paste it in the terminal. Alright. Now, same thing, use your arrow keys. It goes through all these different continents, I guess you could say. Now, I'm in the US, so I'm going to stop on US and hit enter on my keyboard. And I'm in the Eastern time zone. There it is. Hit enter. And now we will do our actual keyboard configuration. And what I do here is I just take the defaults. I just keep hitting enter, 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 enter. And now we're going to set our host name. That's I figure most people watching this will know what I'm talking about when I say the host name. Like when you open up a terminal and it says your username, like my username might be Dan at, and then it lists the host name. I'm going to put my host name as Ceres. Oops, that won't work. I need to echo Ceres etc host name. Alright, and now we need to be able to have a root password using Debootstrap. We need to install SSH. So I will do that, and this is going to install a lot of packages. So I will probably pause the video while these packages are installing. Oh dear, look at all that. Oh my word. Okay. The Y is capitalized. If that's what you want to do, just hit enter on your keyboard. Or if you don't want to do that, hit the N on your keyboard and then enter. But we want to do this, so Y is capitalized, so here we go. And I will pause the video. Be back in just a moment, guys. Alright, that just finished up. Now we're going to create the root password. And to do that, we just enter this command right here, passwd. And be careful how you type it, because you will not see what's being typed. Type it in, hit enter, and it asks you to type it again. And the root password has been set. Now, do you want to allow root login? I usually go ahead and do this, though to be honest, I have never logged in as root. I've never needed to, but I want to have that option. So I'm going to go ahead and fix this. Alright, now what you want to do, I give the instructions down here. You want to look for this line right here that starts with permit root login. So we scroll down with our arrow keys until we see permit root login. I know we're getting close. There it is right there, permit root login. And what you want to do, you want to remove that number symbol there and come over here with your arrow key and erase this where it says prohibit password and just type in the word yes and save it. Control X, Y, and enter. Alright, now we need to add a user. I'm going to add user Dan. And what do I want for my password? Just like before, you won't see it being typed, so be very careful. Hit enter and type it again and hit enter. Now you don't have to fill, I'll go ahead usually and fill in that first line right here, full name, Dan, whatever you want to put there, and just keep hitting enter. And is the information correct? Y is capitalized. If that's correct, just hit enter. Alright, do you want to give you sudo privileges? I usually go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and do it now. Apt install sudo and add user dan sudo. Alright, now we're going to install the kernel and packages that we want. And you will have to know what you want to install. I will go over what I'm going to install. You'll see me type it in. But first things first, we're going to install standard system utilities. If you don't know what that is, I would suggest installing it. If you do know what it is, and you know enough to know whether you need it or not, then don't install it. Now this does take a while. I will let it get started here. You'll see this ncurses window pop up, and it's going to go through and install everything. So I will be back when this finishes. Alright, that has finished. Now we're going to install the kernel, firmware Linux, which helps with resolution, and a few other things, and my wireless firmware. So I will just copy this and paste it in here. Let's see. Alright, in addition to that, I'm going to install Xorg. Okay, I'm going to go through quite a list here, so you guys hang on. I'm going to use Slim as a display manager, OpenBox. If you don't know me, I love OpenBox. Although there are other window managers that I do enjoy using. Let's see, PCman FM. Now normally I would install PCman FM with no install recommends, but I'm just going to let it go because this is just an experiment to see if this will work. Okay, let's see, what else do I want? I need a text editor, but I know LeafPad is not available, or I don't think it is. I'm almost positive it's not available. So, oh dear, what do I want to... You know what, I'm just going to wait on... I can get a dev package for LeafPad and hope it'll install, so I'm not going to install a text editor right now. Sakura for my terminal, GTK2 engines, zip, unzip, and tar. Tar may already be installed, I'm not sure. LX appearance and LX appearance -obconf. XFCE4 notify D for notifications. I'm not going to install a power manager because I will just use some xset commands to keep my screen from turning off. UFW BleachBit. I don't know if BleachBit is available, but we're going to try it. GDebi, we'll try that. Oxygen cursors, because I like the oxygen cursors. Tent 2. Let's see. What else do? Volume icon -alsa. ALSA utils. A-Pulse, because I'm not going to install Pulse Audio on this, so A-Pulse will allow me to use Firefox without Pulse Audio. Let's see. Compton, I don't know, Compton, it may have changed over to that PyCom or PyCore, whatever it's called. I'm not sure. I will come back later and try that. Let's see, TTF Deja Vu, fonts Ubuntu, X backlight. Let's see, is there anything else? Papyrus, icon dash theme. Xserver, Zorg, input synaptics to control my touchpad. Anything else? I will try CMST as my network manager. Let me hit enter and see if I get any errors. Something isn't available. All right. I didn't get anything saying it wasn't available. I did see tar was already installed. Let me see if I can find that, because it went there. There it is. Tar is already installed. Okay. Let's see. Gonna get 284 megabytes out of the archives, and it will install on the system. It will be installed as 1488 megabytes. So Y is capitalized. I will hit yes, enter on my keyboard, and once this gets started, and it's already started, I will go ahead and pause the video, because this will take quite a little while. I will be back momentarily. Phew, okay. That finally finished, and I remembered a few other packages that I want to install. The first one will be apt install GTK2 engines marine with no install recommends, because I don't want all those marine themes. I just want the engine. And it installs right away. Let me see, I want apt install GNOME themes standard. I hope that still works the same in Ceres. That provides the Adwaita and Adwaita Dark theme. Suckless tools for D menu. Simple screen recorder, so that I can record after I finish all this. Hopefully I'll be able to record the new system after I reboot into it. And VLC, I'm going to go ahead and try to install that so that I can test the new system with simple screen recorder and check to make sure that it is actually working. And apt-list bugs. Now what that, if you're going to run Debian Sid, or in this case Devuan Ceres, what apt-list bugs does is when you run an update to see if there are any upgrades, apt-list bugs will let you know if there are some major bugs going on with one of the packages that need to be updated. And if there are, you can cancel the update. It'll tell you which package has bugs in it. and you can investigate that and decide whether you want to go ahead and run the update, or you can just cancel it, wait maybe a day or two, sometimes 3, or even a week, and then run the update. And hopefully by then the bug will be fixed in Ceres, and you can go ahead and upgrade your system. Or if there is a certain package with bugs, you can update all the other individual packages individually. But that's what that package does, just in case there are bugs that might cause something to go wrong with your system. It'll let you know. Alright, I'm going to install these. Let's see how big it is and see if I need... Oh dear, yeah, I'm going to I'm going to pause the video while this is installing. I will be right back. Alright, that has finished, and now we will edit the network interfaces. I actually think I thought of a... I think I thought of a couple of more packages that I wanted to install, but I can do that later. Alright, what we're going to do is comment that one out, come down one line, and we are going to paste in this right here. Control X to save it, Y, and enter. And now we're getting to the scary part. We're going to install Grub and hope it works. Apt install grub-pc. Yes, I want to do that. And we should get an end curses window popping up here in a moment to let us choose where to install it. Uh-oh, it's got bugs. Let's see what critical bugs of standing. I should have waited to install that stinking app list bugs. I'm going to go ahead and try it. Oh dear. I like living on the edge. All right. That Neo Linux guy's an idiot. All right, I want to put it on SDA, so I will use use your arrow keys to move up and down. I want it on SDA and use the space bar to mark it. Tab to hit OK and enter. Oh dear. We're actually almost finished. Now I want you to notice something here. You see what time it says here on this clock on the panel down here? When I reboot, and if it successfully reboots, the time should be a lot different. I'm going to reboot immediately after this is finished, and it'll take me just a little bit. If everything's working, it'll take me a little bit to get, simple screen recorder going and everything. But you should notice that this time is actually different. This time right here is actually about 4 hours ahead of what my actual time is. Alright, let's clean up apt. Let's exit chroot, and we will unmount everything. That Neil Linux guy doesn't have any sense. Oh, even if this doesn't work, it's fun. I just like having fun, guys. I like to have fun with what I do. And even if I'm the only one laughing about it, that's okay. Oh man. Okay, here we're almost finished. Exit the terminal. Exit. Exit. Close the instructions and reboot into your new system. No, I don't want to save the changes. Now, I'm not actually going to, oh dear, it froze up. I'm not actually going to reboot right now because I have all these videos. Let me see if I can find them. I have all these videos I need to move over to a USB stick or upload them somewhere, whatever. I have to do all that. So it's going to take me a little while, but I promise I'm going to reboot into the system and hope and pray that it works. I don't know if it will, but we'll find out together. All right, guys. You guys have a good day. I will be right back. I don't know why I told you to have a good day because I'll be right back. But that's okay. All right. It took me it took me a while to get something figured out. I actually just kind of walked away from it for a while and did a little research. When I first booted up into this, my mouse and keyboard would not work. And I thought, oh my word, what is going on now? I'd get to the login screen. I couldn't type in my name. And I finally, I don't remember what I did the first time. I think I logged in as root. And don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. It ended up that I had to boot in recovery mode and install the package xserverzorg input all. Let me type that out so you'll be able to see it. I had to install xserver xorg input all. Okay, after I got that figured out and installed, I now have a working mouse and keyboard in Devuan Ceres. And let me run uname-a, and there it is, Ceres, kernel 5.7.0, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Let's see, what can we do here? Let's run top. Now I have, of course, now I have simple screen recorder running. I have this terminal right here that I'm moving my mouse on. I've got that one open so that I'd have tent 2 down here. It's actually it's running tent 2. So let's run top, see what we have. So with all that running, we're using 400, might as well say 400 megabytes of RAM. When I first booted it up and had everything working, it was using 100 and I want to say 170, like 175 to 180, somewhere in that range. Let me stop this. Let's see what is that package called? Oh my mind is kind of fried right now. Oh well, never mind. NeoFetch. Oh gosh, I couldn't think of it. Alright, SU apt install NeoFetch. Good grief, 70 megabytes. Alright, I'm about to wrap this video up. I just wanted to show that the Debootstrap did work. If you want to try that, you might want to make a note to install Xserver Xorg, Xorg, whatever you want to call it. Input all when you're adding all the packages at the stage where I added OpenBox and Xorg and all that. Otherwise, you'll pull the hair out that you have left on your... Oh no, we have a bug. You'll pull what little hair you have left out. Let's see. Serious bugs of GS fonts. Alright, if that's just all it is, I'm going to go ahead and install it. Because I wanted to run NeoFetch so you guys could see that I actually am. Well, I mean, Uname A showed it, but I wanted to be able to show it to you. Come on, Ceres, you can do it. Almost there. Come on. Alright, let me exit out of root and we will clear this and we will run NeoFetch. Alright, there we go. OS is Devuan, GNU Linux 4, Chimera Ceres. I'm not sure why it lists Chimera and Ceres together, but that's the way it works. So there we go. I will do one more video after I get things kind of set up. Terminal is Xterminal Emulator. It is? Because I'm using Sakura. Oh well, no big deal. Alright guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll do one more quick video after this, after I kind of have it set up. And that's about all I have for this one. Just wanted to show that it did work after I figured out the problem that it didn't, for some reason when I installed Xorg, it didn't install Xserver Xorg input all. Alright, there you go. You guys have a great day. Thanks. Alright, here it is. Did a little theming. Just grabbed a wallpaper I had on my trusty USB stick. Let's see, I'm using OpenBox menu, not op menu generator or p menu. Using OpenBox menu to provide my applications. We'll run through what I have here. I've got it loaded down, buddy. Nitrogen for wallpapers, my internet wireless network Conman UI, Firefox. I did not install that from the repositories. I grabbed the tarbz file from Mozilla. That's what I do on all my operating systems. I never install the Firefox ESR or anything like that. I just untar it, stick it over in my templates folder, and it updates itself. It doesn't rely on app to update it. Sound and video, I went ahead and installed Audacious. Oh dear, it's actually down here in the system tray. System. Simple screen recorder and VLC. Bleach bid I've not used yet. Just your basics here. And preferences. Very few items there. Let's see, we'll look at customized look and feel. I'll show you what I added. I didn't add anything to the actual themes here. I didn't add any extra icons. All I added personally was my Mio Dueta Dark, Mio Dueta Light, and Mio Dueta Mix. And what Mio Dueta Mix is, it still has the light title bar, but the menu will be black. Let's see, let me apply that. And there we go. But I'm going to go ahead and go back up to the light. Alright, and once again we will run NeoFetch. And there it is. Alright, so that's one way you can install Devuan Ceres if you want a true rolling release without systemd. And just be careful when you update. The safest thing to do is drop to your TTY and run your updates there. But other than that, great system. All right, thanks for hanging in there till the end. Hope you guys have a great weekend and take care. Thanks a lot.